Action.
Funny.
Okay, rolling. Thank you.
What's up, Sheldon? Welcome to the Dice Plus Monday podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. First question: how do you pronounce your surname?
Wow. I get that quite
It's a
often.
tricky one.
Normal people say Valjalo,
Okay.
but it's meant to be Valjalo.
Okay. Is that
Yeah.
like a historical family from anything other than South Africa?
Croatia.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So a little bit of Croatian blood.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it adds a little twist. I think I've also got some Italian in me, some
Okay.
Irish, but
Nice.
yeah.
So where are you
mongrel.
originally from?
Joburg,
Okay.
born and bred there.
Yeah.
So went to school there, and then obviously did a couple of years in Cape Town studying.
Where did you go to school?
St. John's.
Okay, that's a good school.
Yeah.
I went to Bishops. I haven't told you yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's also a good school.
So UCT.
Yeah.
What did you do
UCT.
there?
BCom, Ecos, and Finance.
Okay, standard stuff.
Standard stuff. I
Yeah.
pretty much went to play rugby, to be honest.
Okay, were you
Yeah.
Ikes there? Or?
So I started on the Trojans, it's the under 21s.
Okay.
Then played seconds, and then kind of got injured. That's how I landed up getting my degree, to be honest.
Right.
My dad was like, "Well, you're there, you may as well finish it."
Okay.
Somehow pulled the finger and landed up finishing the degree. But yeah.
It's nice to talk about these things and have two fellow South Africans
Yeah, exactly.
saying words like
Yeah.
Ikes and UCT.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been chatting to a lot of UK guys recently, and it's nice to cross paths with another South
Yeah.
African. But like you said earlier, there are lots of us here.
Yeah.
So what brought you to London?
The job,
Is it?
really.
Yeah.
I started out basically, like I said, so I got injured. Then the rugby kind of fell away, did some other things, but landed up working at ICAP. It's a broking shop in South Africa. And guys from London, the managing team, were out there, and they were like, "We need some youngsters in London, so why don't you give it a shot?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "Why not? Like,
And-
explore a bit of the world, you know?"
Oh, 100%. I did the same. I lived in Mauritius for 6 years. But
Yeah.
tell me what you said earlier, that it was quite tough to live in London in those times. Like, walk me through that a little bit.
Yeah. I guess you come over, you've basically immigrated. Your friends all they're living the nice lifestyle that you live in South
Mm.
Africa. Like, it's really hard to beat. You've come here, you don't really have the domestic helpers. You don't have any.
Yeah.
You have to do all the washing yourself.
Yeah.
I think coming over in finance, starting as a junior as well, it's pretty tough. They treat you
Do they
quite
work you long hours and things like
yeah,
that?
long hours. They treat you quite badly to see what kind of character you are. You know, it's just to push the limits a little bit. And then obviously not earning that much, so you can't do all the nice things. So it was pretty much just head down, work, and yeah, work your way up until things got better.
I don't want to skip ahead, but do things get better? Because I think a lot of
Always.
people are sitting in those like finance jobs, working those hours. Like when you cross the line and get to the other side, is it fruitful?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's also the kind of person you are, I guess. For me, it did get fruitful, but there was always something missing. There was always something I wanted to do more than sitting at that desk, or just earning money, and
Yeah.
something like that. So for me, there was, yeah, it was fruitful, but there was
Not enough.
not enough. Yeah,
Mm.
that's the word.
That's interesting because I'm also feeling like the same way because I sit in a basement. I work in finance, trust and corporate. So it's even like boring.
Yeah.
So it's not like exciting finance. I used to work for an investment firm in Mauritius,
Okay.
but so I'm also sitting there in the basement going like, what else is there?
No,
You know,
you feel like you're wasting your life away behind a
100%.
desk,
Yeah.
and that's what I really didn't like. So I was
I get you got to put food on the table and you got to look after it like and financially be stable, but like to what end, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I hit that point, I guess,
Yeah.
about a year and a half ago.
Oh,
So
quite recently. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then,
I just had enough of being tied to the desk, like you said. In the broking world, you kind of, if you go to the toilet and you miss a trade, it's like what you've been waiting for the whole day, and it's
Right,
gone.
right.
And then the constant guys on your back, and just I was just had enough of it, and I was want to do. Obviously, fitness has always been in my life, and I wanted to explore that more than regret it when I'm old and
Yeah.
can't do the things I want to do, you know?
100%.
So, yeah, resigned pretty much from the
Really?
broking
Okay.
world. And it was a big choice to leave finance fully. Like you said, you have
So
to.
you've left finance fully.
So I was going to.
Okay.
Because, yeah, it's like, it's a, you got to have some balls to do that,
Well,
I
I want
guess.
to
You
know
got to,
how. Yeah.
you got to I'll have to rope back like my lifestyle and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But I just had like had enough. Then I went through pretty much a tough breakup as well and stuff. So that's when you realize in life you're just like, you know what, life's short, just make the most of it and do what makes you happy, you know. So yeah, resigned. Um, didn't know really what I was gonna do.
Really? Yeah, interesting.
I at the time I started picking up a few guys coaching, so I
Right.
did some online training, personal
Coaching?
training kind of things.
Just
At
personal training.
at the time, it was majority of the clients Hyrox,
Okay.
because that's what
Yeah, we'll get
that was
into
my
your.
fix at the
Yeah,
time.
we'll get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So you had
then
a little bit of an income stream to fall back on.
yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah, and then landed up with this job at NMAC, which is basically it's a OTC trading platform where I just manage the traders on the platform, and it gives me the free time to do my training, to train others, and yeah, pursue other things at the same time as earning a decent salary to support that kind of
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Are you still coaching as well?
Handful of people.
Okay.
I don't. I didn't want to make it too wide because then I like the personable in like aspect.
Yeah.
If you have hundreds of clients and you're all sending them the same program,
Yeah.
it gets lost somewhere.
Well, at least you're not reliant on like the funding of it because
Yeah,
you have the other
it's
job.
it's a hobby or
Yeah.
something I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So
So that's
yeah,
what keeps you sane, balancing between the two. So I would love to. So I just don't have coaching, which seems to be the escape route for all the social media or fitness people. They
yeah,
have like a little coaching side hustle that might, develop into something bigger.
yeah,
I spoke to Nick Bester. He started with coaching before any social media.
yeah,
It was coaching first, then social media. And I feel like that's just the way, like, you're going to be more stable in the fitness and social media industry if you have that first, rather than going the other way around, where you're trying to get big in social media and then become a coach, which you see a lot
yeah,
as well of the big guys. But it's nice to have that base first.
yeah, for sure. I think doing it the other way around is tough. You have to beat these
Well,
whole.
you have to be there. You
Yeah,
have to have made it. You have to
exactly.
broken the roof already.
Then it's easy to do the whole
Yeah.
coaching thing because you're gonna have hundreds of clients off the bat
Yeah.
without doing anything
Yeah,
really.
yeah. And that's just like AI driven programs, like a runner
Exactly.
program just being sent
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
Which is for me it loses it a little
Yeah.
bit. Like I want to be personable. I want to know. I don't mind if you've gone to the pub. Like tell me, and then we'll sort out your program. Like
Yeah.
we'll fix it.
I mean, you're a
So
pub guy. I see Jabal. I see Jabal reaching out.
uh, that's like I said.
That's
You
nice.
have to
Yeah.
live life a little bit. You
100%.
can't be too serious. You know.
Okay, so tell me, are you like the king of Hyrox, or how does I see a lot
I
of gold
wish.
medals
Wish.
down the chain.
Yeah.
Tell me where that started.
Um. Gosh. I
Is that a
guess.
while ago? Is that because
No. No. No.
Hyrox is
No. No.
new?
No.
So
It
were
wasn't a
you
while ago. Yeah.
CrossFit?
No. So I basically I've pretty much tried everything. I was in I went to in bodybuilding straight
Right.
out of university. I
Okay.
just met a guy and he was like, "You do really well." So tried that out. Tough,
Is
but
that in London?
no, in South
Okay,
Africa.
okay.
Yeah, that was tough. It was pretty much like my last year of
Right.
university. Um, and then from there, my dad was doing Ironman at the time and triathlons. So I was like, I got sick of just the weights and wanted to try something different.
Yeah.
So got into Ironman. Then pretty much this led into London time and stuff like that. Then COVID pretty much hit and Ironman kind of fell away. The
Yeah.
swimming, the cycling, you couldn't really do. So that fell away. The things you could do was the running.
Mm.
So pretty much, and I enjoyed the running. It's always been my favorite part. So I was like, cool. Landed up doing a few marathons.
Yeah.
And then, Hyrox is pretty new. It was just adding the weights and the running kind of thing,
Which you kind of were good at both.
which was great. It
Mm.
was like suited me perfectly. So as soon as I started doing it, it hit, and like
Yeah.
I really loved it. Managed to do pretty well. Started out doing doubles with a friend of mine, Scott, who's an ex-pro triathlete, so
Right.
he's a great runner as well.
Well, they say if you're a strong triathlete, you'll do well at Hyrox.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a running race
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Okay.
So yeah, started with him, and we both loved it. So I had a training partner, keeping each other like
Accountable, yeah.
accountable. That's the word, yeah. And then he got injured. So I kind of had to go do it myself,
Right.
which it was less enjoyable, to be honest with you,
Okay.
because there was just like pretty much I was traveling to these places going by myself.
There's that
Um,
camaraderie when you're doing it with
yeah,
someone. Yeah.
yeah. But I met so many people doing it, and the whole community is awesome. So yeah, it's growing insane amounts. But I just felt like I needed a new challenge, and I
Yeah.
had some unfinished business with Ironman, so that's where I'm at the moment.
So when you win Hyrox events like that, are they like reaching out to you? Are you sort of an ambassador for Hyrox at all, or is it not really?
No, I think
Are there a lot of winners,
there
basically?
are a lot of winners, yeah.
Right.
So nowadays, I think there's about three events a weekend, so
Yeah.
all over the world. So it doesn't really work like that. I think just winning, you'll get invited to Worlds, and then you
Right.
go to Worlds, and then Worlds is probably the main stage where you'll pick up sponsors and stuff like that if you do well.
Did you go to awards?
Yeah, the last two.
And how did you
It's
perform?
good. The first year was all right. Like I think we came like in the
So
20th or
with
something
you and
like
your
that. That
mate?
was a doubles,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And then this year I did a doubles and singles, and the singles is just I don't know. I found it very tough balancing the pro weights, which is like the heavier weights,
Right.
with the running because I want to be quickest running, but then I need to be lighter. But like the sled to me, I just couldn't move that thing. Like
I
it's like
love that.
I was like, so
How
then
heavy was it?
the sled's 202 kilograms, but like, and then the other guys are like 90 kilograms, so they got something
Some
behind
boomer.
them
Yeah,
pushing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But like that thing, I had to really try my heart out, and
Really?
then my run is like ruined after that because
Yeah,
my
yeah,
legs
yeah.
are blown up. So I really struggled with that part.
Interesting.
But I think I didn't do badly, but I didn't do as well as I wanted to because But I would say I'm
You're
quite hard on
competitive.
myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But now, because it's just an hour, what's your best time for the solo?
It depends
58:04?
on
No.
that is open weights.
Right.
And then pro weights is 103.
Oh, so open weights, you can choose the weight.
No, open weight is just less weights.
Okay, okay.
So to me, the open weights is more of a running race.
Right,
So that's like it's less. You have to be less bulky or less
right,
strong to
right.
do. So it's more of a running race.
Okay,
Whereas the pro weights, you have to be strong.
right.
Like you can't just
And if
get
you
to
rock up
it.
to a Hyrox event, can you choose either one? Or is a pro
Or you
race just
enter.
purely for
No. You could choose.
you
You
can
could.
choose? Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's
you
not
can do
like
the pro.
pro.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You enter at the time which
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
category you want to do.
Because I'm interested. I'm definitely going to dive into the space at some
Yeah, you
point
should.
when
It's
my
great.
triathlon journey's over.
No, you
Um,
should. It's an awesome race, awesome
so do you
community.
think the hype will die down a little bit and create some space? Because, for example, to get into these events are almost impossible,
Yeah,
especially the London one.
yeah. I thought the hype would die down, but it's just getting bigger and bigger. And I don't want to say anything bad about Hyrox, but it kind of, to me, it's becoming like a money grabbing kind of scheme where they're not giving much back to the athletes, really. That's what I didn't really like about it. So I thought people would get annoyed about that kind of stuff, but
Mm,
there's the demand, as you say, for the tickets is just
crazy.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have to go to another country to compete. You can't do it in the UK. It's
Yeah.
just crazy.
Why do you think that is? Do you think people are attracted to, like you said, a little bit of weights and a little bit of running, and now it's like mashed together?
Um,
It,
you know what? I think Hyrox it was so popular because there's no barriers to entry really. Whereas the CrossFit, you had to be able to power lift or do those kind of things that are
right,
it's tough. Like not everyone can do that. But if you don't, let's say you don't even train or you train now and then, you'll be able to finish a Hyrox
right,
race.
right.
It's all like
Relatively,
functional movements. It's
right.
nothing that's crazy. So you'll finish and
There's no clean and jerk and
no.
all those
So
crazy
that's why I
moves.
think it got so popular because everyone could really do it.
It's like the paddle of tennis.
There we go. Yeah.
That just came to me now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. So obviously we've got our triathlons coming up as well.
Yeah.
So from what you told me earlier, you've been a fan of the triathlon for a while. Your dad was a
Yeah.
triathlon. So how many have you done of the big Ironman?
So my one coming up in about a month will be my first half.
Okay.
I started out obviously small. I've never coming from the bodybuilding side to running and
Right,
stuff. I
right.
never used to run. I'd be like,
Your
no, no, no,
first half Ironman.
no. My first full.
Yeah, you said half.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
No, I was gonna say you did a
Yeah.
half on the weekend.
um, yeah. So I started out small, did the Olympics kind of thing, and
Yeah.
then jumped into the halves. And to be fair, I think I'm quickest at the halves
Mm,
because of the swim. I find hard and stuff like that. But I try to focus on the halves and then qualify for Worlds, which happened, and then COVID hit, so I never landed up competing at Worlds.
right.
And then yeah, it fell away. So that's why I say when I had unfinished business with Ironman, That's
You
where we're at.
you've obviously got a special engine because you can't just rock up at Hyrox and rock up and get into worlds in both sports.
I've been on the sports fields my whole life
Yeah.
since growing up as a little boy, so I know no different really.
Yeah.
It's my identity, really.
So are you training prior to Ironman training? Were you training every day? Sort
Yeah.
of, it's just a natural.
Yeah, I think even if I don't have a race or something, which is very rare, I would always have things lined up. But if not, I would still be training. Like in December, let's say when I'm in
Yeah.
Cape Town, I'll be training.
So is it like the discipline that you like about it? Why do you train? What is about it that pulls you in?
Like I said, I've always done it. So my mom will tell me to go train in the morning because I'm grumpy or something. It's just
So it's come from the parents a little bit.
no, it's just like it's built into me.
Okay.
If I don't go train in the day, I feel like there's something missing, or I'll feel like I haven't done anything
Mm.
useful with my day.
Mm.
Yeah, and then be a bit moody, kind of like the hangry.
No, I 100% relate because I haven't done it all my life. I played sports at school and I loved it. The perfect B team player, you know.
Yeah.
But I've recently stepped into the world where, you know, that like you say, when you miss the training on a day, I feel like off.
Yeah.
And I feel like not lazy, but like something's missing. And, you know, with my struggles, I've had struggles with anxiety in the past and like overthinking, and the way that the exercising just tones you down
Yeah.
and you almost feel more prepared for the day.
Yeah.
So like getting up at 5 and getting on my bike is better for me than it not being there,
For
if that
sure.
makes sense.
Yeah,
You know, people
100%.
will do that and come to work tired. I'm like, no, I'm
No.
more energetic.
Yeah.
And having
Sure.
started to feel that now over, I'd say, a 3-year process, you know, I can't see myself ever turning away.
Yeah. I think that's also when there's too much of something is never good, right? So
Yeah.
people will start using it to, let's say, get over traumas or
Mm.
something like that, and that's where I guess it becomes a bit dangerous. But I mean, I love it. I've seen no better way. I feel like it's the best self-discovery tool ever. Like you'll find so much about yourself when you're doing things like these Ironman or any kind of challenge that really pushes you to really dig deep and find personalities you didn't know you had or strength you didn't know you had. So yeah, I mean, I could never,
You know, see
never,
without it. Yeah.
never. Yeah,
But now tell me, so we both, for those listening, have our first full Ironmans coming up. Mine's
yeah,
next Saturday, yours is in a month.
super cool.
Do you think that the full Ironman might be pushing limits in terms of time taken? You know, we speak about wanting to exercise every day, and that comes naturally to us now. Is Ironman training just, it can't be a regular occurrence? Or do you see
It's a big feat.
yeah.
I think like someone for myself or like you've played sport your whole life, so you kind of have a base. If you starting from nowhere
Mm.
completely, it is a massive like it's going to take a lot. It's going to put strain on your relationships,
Yeah.
on even your work life. You might go to work and you're absolutely like shattered. You
My
can't,
boss
you
said
know.
the other day, now we're 5 months down, he said, yeah, you've been a bit fatigued sometimes. I'm like, oh, are you trying to say
I've
something?
doing
Yeah.
Ironman.
Are you trying to say my
Yeah.
work's underperforming?
I mean, it's a big feat. That's why it's such an amazing achievement at the end
Mm.
of the day. Um, I think if it was easy, everyone would do it, and it wouldn't be as cool or
Yeah.
as a bigger achievement. So it is big, but I think it is doable.
No, I agree. And, you know, it is just a couple of months that you sort of have to give up a little
Yeah,
bit here and a little bit there, but definitely a relationship strain. You know, I'm past the, you know, drinking massively on a Friday night and like skipping Saturday
yeah,
and Sunday. I mean, that was a regular occurrence. And, you know, I'm quite happy to have that shift. But I just feel that, like you say, the Ironman's put me in a fatigue space that it just can't be like a regular occurrence, you know. But I watch a lot of those YouTube guys.
yeah,
They're doing it all the time. Either they're social, you know, media guys full time, or they're professional athletes.
yeah.
And I want that lifestyle. But with a 9 to 5, a podcast, social media, and Ironman, it's like you can't.
You are the Iron Man.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
You
it's
know.
tough. It's tough, especially if you want certain goals or
Yeah.
anything like that. If it's not just to finish, it's you place. Well, I know I do. I place a lot of pressure on myself to get the training done to do these kind of things.
Mm.
But yeah, it is a massive undertaking.
You don't want a red block on Training Peaks.
No.
So what is the target time for
Oh
you?
gosh, if I say it on here, I'm
You're putting
held
it out there.
accountable.
Yeah.
With how everything's going, and I've looked at the times, like with Portugal, they say T1 is it's a long run.
Is it flat, the course?
It's about 1,800 elevation
And
over
the
180,
bike?
so it's not terrible,
It's
but
That's
yeah,
decent.
it's
Ours
not.
is 600.
What? Jeez.
We went with the
Yeah.
flattest.
So yeah, I'm not going for like the Copenhagen
Yeah.
times, but I've got a goal of 9.5. And if on a good day, if I can push the bike and then my legs are still fine for the run, I
Yeah.
think I could do quicker than that. But 9.5 is
Sub 10 is
Wait.
serious. I was going to
Wait,
say
it's at.
earlier that we got lost track, but the importance of, well, how cool it is that the Ironman is so tough. Have you seen that guy sub 10 loading? Shout out Alex
Mm,
Coe, Australian guy. I'll send you his program.
okay.
His Instagram. He's basically posted every day to try get the sub 10.
I think I've seen
Yeah.
reels of
And
it.
he was looking so strong. Everyone was like, this guy's going to clean it.
Yeah.
He gunned it too hard and he hit the wall.
Yeah.
10:21. Like, fell short.
Yeah.
And it was obviously sad to see him fall short, but it was really nice that Ironman said, you can't just come here and say sub 10.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to put in the work. You have to be strategic.
For
You have to
sure.
be clever. Like, look at race conditions.
Yeah.
He had a windy swim in the sea, and then he gunned the bike 35 k's an hour. Then try to hold sub 5 run.
Yeah.
Per kilometer. And
I mean, it's tough because even if everything goes let's say everything goes to plan with yourself, there's still a bit of element of luck with triathlon.
Yeah.
Like you've got your bike, you could get a puncture, you could get anything like that. It's such a tricky race where it's so long as well. You have to bang that nutrition or get it so spot on, because a little bit too much, you're gonna feel sick. A little bit too little, you're gonna bonk, and there goes your time. It's out the window.
I'm glad you brought that up because I've been loving my baby potatoes at the moment. I've been loving.
Yeah.
Honestly, I did my 7-hour break on the weekend.
Yeah.
I used one gel.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
That is
And
crazy.
came out feeling good.
Nice.
But I had about 12 baby potatoes.
Oh, that's still gonna have to be more than that.
No. And then 2 bars.
Yeah.
And my endurance fuel in the bottles. Prime
Okay.
Self. Shut up.
Yeah.
So I was fueling correctly. Like, I wasn't under fueling.
Yeah.
And then I had 2 gels in the pocket to use. I just didn't use the last one. Because also with the Morton gels that I'm getting used to,
Mhm.
because it's at the aid station,
Mhm.
they're quite strong.
Yep.
And they're quite hard to digest. So I've been doing like half a Morton every 3 Ks.
Interesting.
That's what I've been sort of practicing. So I wanted to
Okay.
ask, what is your nutrition going to look like on
Yeah.
race day?
I've go with pretty much the rule of thumb of the 80 to 90 grams of carbs an hour, pretty
Yeah.
much. I try as hard as I can to eat on the bike, because running, it's just like, it's so hard to eat. But I'm struggling. I'm the same pretty much with diet, because of this is a whole nother topic, but
Yeah.
because of the whole bodybuilding and aesthetics background, like
Right.
the whole diet kind of thing, it's really hard for me to eat, first of all, this much carbs, and my body to process it. So I've had to teach it, like for months,
Really?
even prior to this,
Because you're just so used to eating little amounts of food.
yeah. And then like running, if I've eaten, it's just a nightmare. My stomach just turns.
Wow.
So the gels, I'm still battling with it a little bit to consume enough to be fueled without my stomach going haywire.
What are you using as a drink? Morton
Morton,
drink?
I've used Morton for everything.
Yeah. So I've also struggled with the gels that it just makes me sick. And I promise you, these baby potatoes, it just like firms my stomach
Yep.
so that it can take other things, if that
Yeah,
makes
for sure.
sense.
You do
And-
feel that, like, if you just with bars or just with the carb drink and the gels, you kind of have that artificial. You just want to eat
Yeah.
something that's real, like real
Exactly.
food.
When you come out the race.
Yeah, like I
mean,
always like, I want a sandwich or I want something.
100%.
And the funniest thing, my dad just used to eat peanut butter sandwiches, and I'm like, how do you breathe? Or like, how do you?
Yeah, well, that must be tough.
Yeah. He's like, no, it's fine.
But
I'm good."
honestly, I think that's better. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe how I felt. And that's the second brick that I've tried it.
Interesting.
And it's just to limit the gels,
Yeah.
because over 12 hours or 11 hours or 9.5, that's a lot of gels.
Yeah.
If you're just purely on gels.
Yeah.
So I put it out there on my Instagram that I wanted to do a sub 11.
How's that looking?
I mean, it has to go perfectly.
Come on, give yourself. This is it's
I
a
like
strong
having the
mind.
target, yeah. And
Yeah.
every time I go running or something and you get the endorphins, I'm like,
Mhm.
I want the fucking up with it.
Yeah,
You
100%.
know? But then when you like sitting down and you like rethinking again, you're like, oh fuck, that's fast. So my problem is I was never a rider.
Okay.
So the bike is sort of new to me over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And the TT position is brand new to me.
Yeah, it is a difference.
So it's just the last 2 hours of the bike and the run. I've never run a marathon.
Okay.
I've never cycled 180 Ks.
Yeah.
I'm a good swimmer, so not a problem in the water. I love it.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what it's going to look like in that last hour and a half of both
Yeah.
disciplines.
I think if you've putting in the time, you've done the 7 hour blocks, and
Yeah.
that is, for me, I would say it's where people break down is the mental thing. It is doable, these distances, but when it gets a bit tough, their minds, they just lose it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think if you've done the work and that you've
You got to just believe in it.
yeah, you've given yourself, you've proved to yourself you can do it. You've got evidence you can do it. Just use that. The race is just the crown, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You've done all the hard work. Now it's just time to go out there and enjoy it.
I must say, it is completely different when you have done the work and you know that you have.
Exactly, yeah.
When I rocked up the T100, well, I'll ask you how you found that race as
Yeah.
well. But like, there was nothing better I could have done.
Yeah.
I was a little bit disappointed in the performance, but like leading up to it, nothing better.
Yeah. It is a great feeling. I mean, there's always going to be those doubts, and for me, I find taper week, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm in a double taper week.
yeah. Well, that's even worse. But
Yeah.
like, I just struggle with it. Like I said, the whole carb loading, and you're not training as much, or you're having days where you're not doing anything. Like I sit there and you start questioning things, and it's quite like, for any athlete, I think
Intense,
it's a intense week, because you get anxiety about, it's stressful. Like, you got a race and you want to do well, you got all these pressures on yourself, and you feel like, oh, I need to do more, I want to do more, I need to be training or whatever, but it's like counterintuitive.
Yeah.
So it is a tough week for many athletes, I think.
I actually remember seeing your Strava. You didn't have a rest day for like, it was that girlfriend post.
Yeah, I've got a
Do you
bit of
think
a
that
problem.
do you think you might overtrain from time to time?
Definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you feel it?
I don't feel it. Like, I am a one for stats and everything, and as soon as, let's say, my heart rate for a 10K run is a lot higher than it should be, I'm like, okay, I need a rest, because
Oh,
I'm
is that
putting in
how
a
you
lot.
see it?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm putting in a lot more effort for something I should find easy. So my body is trying a lot harder for something I should find easy, if that
So
makes
you
sense.
know the pace. Yeah.
That's when I'm like, okay, I need a rest, or I need to do something with my recovery, like massages, ice baths. Maybe I need to eat more,
Yeah.
whatever, to stay on top of it, to recover better. And then obviously, like, have,
Yeah.
sometimes it will be a rest, but for me, I don't really believe in that. The rest day it has to be a whole day or something. For athletes, it might be 2 days. For someone, it might be like overnight, but you've done the right things.
Right.
And it varies. Like, fitness isn't a blueprint.
Yeah.
What works for some people won't work for others. But I feel like someone who's trained their whole life, who's always done it, is going to recover a lot better
Yeah.
than someone who hasn't, or it's new to the sport.
Yeah. It's interesting for me because I've recently just been looking at my HRV. So I had a really big 3-week block.
Yeah.
And that last week, my watch was just saying strained.
Yeah.
You strained, like you're dying. But my HRV just tanked.
Yeah.
And it's still tanked. And I feel
Okay.
like it will recover over this 2-week period.
Yeah.
But like that, should I be looking at that and being like, something's up here? Because normally it's X and it's currently very Y.
Yeah. I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
That's also another indication of me if I'm gonna get sick.
But that's what I thought as
So
well. Yeah.
don't let that go into your
No,
head.
no, no. But the HRV is already in my head. And
Yeah.
that was the first thing that springs to mind because I know when I get sick or I go on boozy holidays, it's the same pattern.
Tanks, yeah.
So it tanks.
Yeah.
So now I did understand I'm probably just fatigued because
Yeah.
that is what that metric is for. I've literally been training like crazy in the last 3 weeks. But it's like it needs to come back now, you know?
Yeah. I mean, sleep.
Yeah, I'm super good at sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Sleep, nutrition. Like, I've found this Ironman block, or that I've done, the nutrition has just played a massive difference
Really?
and role. I've kind of got my head around having to eat these kind of amounts or how much I need
Right.
to eat, and don't care about the carbs and all that kind of stuff, and know that a low 1% body fat or whatever is
Yeah.
not fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm okay with that now. So it's taken time, but yeah,
So how do you sleep? 'Cause
I sleep not so good.
I've got something for you.
It's I used to be great. I can fall asleep. Um,
So
if I wake up, there's a problem.
this is sponsor of the podcast.
Oh, awesome.
This is gonna help you sleep, my friend. So what do we have? So
Look at
shout out
this.
Prime Self. This is a supplement partner.
Awesome.
This is called Prime Night, and
Wow.
this is called Prime Day. Those are for you.
Oh,
And
thank you.
basically, so I take the Prime Night every night. You
Shout out to
stir it.
Prime.
Yeah, this is for you as well.
Oh, thank you very much.
Is that in the shot? Yeah, it is. So Prime Night has changed the game for me.
Okay.
So I've always been a good sleeper.
Yeah.
I literally 90s, no problem.
Really.
Yeah.
I need some of that.
But this stuff helps me go to sleep. So I often put my head on the pillow.
Okay.
10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Now I'm knocked out. It's got the 3
What-
magnesiums and
Okay.
the
I was about to
GABA.
ask what's
Yeah, it's got the GABA, the 3 magnesiums, the alpha 9.
okay.
They might L-theanine, whatever. They might shoot me for not knowing that. But give it a try.
Wow,
It
thank you.
might help because they're
Appreciate it.
coming to the UK,
Okay.
to Amazon in
South
the UK.
African?
Yeah, South African brand.
Oh, see, I love that.
Yeah. South African brand.
okay.
.co.za. Tristan, the
Nice.
founder,
Yep.
he's also a big athlete,
Okay.
big triathlete, runner.
That's super cool.
Yeah, he founded the brand and they're doing big things. So yeah.
I love that.
I'd like to know because it's not often people admit that they're like bad at sleeping. So I'd like
Yeah.
to know how that's 30 days.
Okay.
Try it for 2 weeks
Yeah.
and let me know.
I never used to be bad, and then I don't know what happened.
Do you
Who
do
knows?
like any sort of techniques or?
No, not really. I try avoid the whole phone and
Yeah.
watching TV. So I often try to read or something like that before. But I think, like I said earlier, I don't really struggle going to sleep.
Yeah.
But if I wake up, it's like that's the end.
That's it.
Yeah,
Then you're online looking for new bikes.
yeah, something like that.
I saw the new bike.
Oh, it's amazing. I had a Canyon previously. Honestly, if I kept it, and then now I'll probably make a profit selling the thing. The
Right.
cycling and that is just
Crazy.
oh,
So
wild.
I'll never forgive myself. I bought that thing on Cycle to Work scheme and I
Yep.
try to skimp a couple of pounds a month.
Yeah.
And I should have just gone big. It's paid off already. And now I can't sell it because you're tied for 72 months.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Why did I say
At least
50?
you got cycle to work. I didn't even get that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's nice because then you get to pay monthly, you get the
Yeah.
tax. I mean, I think it was half price.
Yeah, exactly. You see these guys that I know a few at some of the banks and stuff.
Oh,
and
I know all of them that cycle past me.
Mate,
I'm
they
like,
got the
yeah,
nicest bikes. You're like,
Cycle to Work scheme all day. And a lot of those companies let them do it multiple times
Yeah.
because they take the scheme.
yeah,
So the scheme's in my name now. So I would have to pay back the tax benefit
Okay.
in order to sell that.
yeah.
Which I might still do because I'm so over that thing on a nice bike. You know what it's like out there.
Oh, mate, it never stops.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Starting triathlon again, my bank accounts is
Depleted. But you're lucky you don't have the
Expensive.
girlfriend because that's a big part of the
yeah,
play.
true.
Are you actively looking or what's the story? Are you
nah,
using any of the apps, should I
no,
say?
I find those things so like superficial. I never have ever been on them really. If I meet someone organically, like going to a braai or something like that, yeah,
yeah.
If I said barbecue, the guys would have shot me. Meeting people organically is the way to do
Yeah.
it for me. I think if you go on those apps and it's just the same thing, you're chatting to the same.
No, I agree with you.
kind of
Yeah. I never really
vibe,
played in that field
but-
either. But I do hear some of them are pretty good. There's a new one called Breeze.
Okay.
And that you match, you don't speak, you pay a £7 deposit. They send you the location of the restaurant. That £7
What?
is for the first drink. You meet.
Wow,
It's quite a cool system.
technology.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Taking
unreal,
over. Okay, but we digress.
eh?
I want to go back into the Ironman stuff because obviously that's hot off the press. Are you following with a coach or are you coaching yourself?
It's a bit of both.
Is it?
Like I said, my good friend was a pro triathlete.
Right.
I don't know if you've seen Peak, the tri suit I wear.
No.
So it's Jared Brown's company.
Right.
It's Peak. And he's married to Emma Pallett. So she's she's amazing athlete.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. Get a lot of my
Stuff from
tips and
them.
that from them,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
pretty much it's myself, to be honest. I'm bad with coaching, so all the time
But
I would
aren't you a
get,
coach?
yeah, but like this is the thing. So someone would let's say set a workout for me, and I'd be like, do that workout, and then do my own little stuff, and
Right,
like
right.
it's never,
Clear cut. Yeah.
yeah, like I know my body, and I know what works. So let's say they've programmed something, I'm like, well, I'm not going to get the benefit out of that. Then I just don't do it.
Right.
I'll do my own one.
So
So
do you work a lot off of feel? So say you were racing right
yeah,
now, are you looking at watts, heart rate, or are you working off
yeah.
feel?
I love the old school feel.
Is it
I think at I know like when these guys are racing at the top, they're like every second counts, and um having their nutrition at certain points, they have to nail it. But it's almost become
too
like
robotic?
it's a robotic. Yeah,
Mm.
they've lost all the enjoyment out of it, and the yeah, yeah, too robotic.
I feel you,
So
but if you don't know, so like for look at the Ironman, I'm
yeah,
keen to do it on feel, but I've never felt it before.
yeah. I know, yeah, it's very risky, but I would out of most of these things, it would be heart rate for me.
Right.
Um, I know my friends told me they're crazy on the bike. You should look at your watts. Like if you're pushing too many watts for too long,
But
like
you'll
you're
know if
gonna
you're
bomb.
pushing too many watts if your heart rate's too high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's for me.
So what
But
average heart rate are you looking for the bike?
I keep it like in the well, let's say 140s around there, 140, 150s. That'll be good.
But so the heart rate's tough for me because I generally have quite a high heart rate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll come out the swim and I would have averaged like 155 and I'll
Yeah.
be chilling. And then when I cycle, recently in my training, it's been in the 145 zone.
Yeah.
But in race day, like I can't get that thing down from 160,
Yeah.
155.
It's just the hype, I guess.
But
Race day is very different, but I think
100%, but you need like
yeah,
I can't do that for the Ironman.
no, for sure.
I did it for the T100, but you can survive the T100.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, you make a good point. Like I haven't gone too technical and that kind of stuff. I've always done it off feel, or
Yeah.
in the 70.3s, like you said, I would do it off feel, but you could get through that. You could
Yeah, exactly.
savage it if you want.
Yeah, 100%. I just don't want to
Um,
be savaging 30-kilometer run.
exactly. Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
tough. Yeah.
So T100 again, my average heart rate for the cycle was 169.
Okay.
Like that's high.
Yeah.
And I was excited because that's actually
That's
kind of low for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make a good point that on race day and stuff it will be a lot higher. So
But
I don't know.
yeah, it's a tough one because with the Ironman, like we said, it's just so long, you have to be controlled.
Yeah.
But I think almost because it's so long, once you're an hour into the cycle, I feel the hype might die.
For sure.
And then
for
you're
sure.
out
Get
there,
into it.
yeah, you're on a flat and you're just chilling and you're zoned in, and
Yeah.
then you start to bring it down. And you almost work your way down.
Mm.
And that's why I think for you, it's going to be a little bit tougher because you're going to hit quite a few climbs.
To be honest, there's one.
Oh,
It's a
really?
decent big one, and then it's a loop. So it's
Twice.
yeah. So I do it twice, which is I normally don't like loops.
Yeah.
But if it's twice, it's fine because I know what's coming.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I can push it there. If it was 3 loops, I would be like,
It's
it's
confusing.
getting a bit much, or
Yeah.
like it's just. But 2 loops is fine.
I did Zalamzi half last year,
Okay.
and that was a 10K climb. So
Yeah.
there was one climb, 1,000 elevation, straight up, hour, and then straight down.
Sounds like my Barcelona 0.3.
Oh, really? Same.
I did Barcelona because I was like, oh, the sea is gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like sunny. It's just Barcelona. It sounds epic.
Yeah.
Get there. It's not even in Barcelona. It's in a town like a little bit further down. The day of the race, it was pouring with rain the whole way. There
Oh,
was swells in
I
the
hate
ocean,
rain.
like literally like in Cape Town swells. And I was like,
Wow.
what is going on here? And then the cycle went up a mountain.
Wow.
And I was like,
Did you know the elevation before?
what?
Kind of.
Kind of. This is when I'm still like I just go do these things and I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
But now I don't do that anymore. But at the time,
You were
hardly
just-
looked at it. I was
yeah.
just so focused on cool. I'm just gonna smash this thing. Didn't even really look at it.
Yeah.
Like I probably did, but take
Yeah,
notice of how much
yeah.
it was. I was just like, oh, there's a little climb, whatever.
The same thing happened to me at the T100. I thought it was 4 laps.
Okay.
So I finished, had to run back up the finish line and go do another lap. Because I said to the guy at the end, I was like, this says 15 kilometers.
Yeah.
He's like, my guy, another lap.
Shit.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
Oh,
Just
well,
because I wasn't focusing
bloody
on
good.
the email, you know. I was like, 4 laps, let's go.
Yeah.
And then that 4th lap, I pushed it, thinking it was my last
Yeah.
lap. Had to go back out.
Oh,
But I mean, these are the
gosh.
things that are actually quite important to check race and know your
For sure.
race. That's what I said after T100. Like, understand your race, where you can go right, wrong.
Yeah.
Like, how many laps is it? Where can you push? Our bike's also 2 laps, which I'm quite excited
Okay.
about. But it's
Yeah.
only a 200 climb on each one.
So
It's nothing.
lucky.
So we got a flat day. I mean, and I just worry about how my legs react being in that position for so long.
Yeah.
I
Like I
haven't
said, you've done the work though. If you've
not
done
not that much in TT. So my first 4 months of training was normal road bike.
Yeah.
So it's just understand, like, I started to feel the neck a little bit in the 4 hour this
It's,
Sunday, but it's stuff you can kind of just push through
yeah,
on the
the
day.
neck there's not much you can do about it.
Mm.
At least you know you've got the time in your legs. Obviously, it's the TTs you're using different muscles,
But also the
things like that.
gooch,
But
because on a road
yeah,
bike, that nose is
trust me,
different.
on a TT saddle, it's
It's the
probably a
same,
bit worse.
is it?
And it's like it
Yeah,
pushes you down.
yeah.
So if you're not in those bars, oh,
It's
it's
sore.
horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all these things.
So climbing on a TT, it's not fun.
That's
It's
gonna
not
be
fun.
cuck. Yeah,
Yeah. Especially you got a bigger cog on the front as well.
yeah.
So, but like what I do on the T100, I was honestly on my road bike and I was lowest gear giving it, and these guys on the TT were just stroking past me, and I was like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm
Yeah.
getting a TT
Yeah.
again.
No, it's a whole different
Yeah,
board. And also just an effort used.
for sure.
I use way less effort.
Yeah.
And that's why I've actually found my heart rate like be at a stable position.
No, it makes a huge difference. I'm glad
Yeah.
I got it.
But yeah, and I just have those silly
Yeah.
things. But now tell me, what's the connection? Because you moved to London super early. You're a South African at heart. The burnt connection. How did that come about?
A good friend of mine was probably their first influencer, Jesse.
Jesse? Who?
What is his surname actually? Oh shit!
Not Jesse
But
Creel.
no, no. Oh, I can't remember his surname, but he's pretty much myself and him at the same fitness journeys.
Right.
Really, we played high level sports, the cricket, football, rugby, all of that. And then after in university, we both did the bodybuilding or the men's physique
Right.
stuff. And then we've always stayed in touch, and he saw that I was getting into Hyrox. And he was like, dude, you should reach out. It's this brand new brand in South Africa, pretty much doing like what 24/7 was doing here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I love that. Like, I love the whole story behind it. It's a South African brand. I would love to be part of them taking it further or taking it into outside of South Africa, really. So I reached out to Pierre, who's
Had him on the podcast.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Told him what I'm doing, that I've just competed at the time the European Championships for Hyrox, that I'll be going to Worlds.
Yeah.
And he was like, I love this, and pretty much we've been working together
Nice.
and grown with each other. We've both my fitness journey and theirs. It's been like insane growth, to be honest. So
they
it's been a pleasure being with him from the beginning. Hey,
And tell me, what does that look like for you? So are they just giving you clothing? I mean, you don't have to give me the detail, but like, what does that
Yeah.
look like, that relationship?
Yeah, pretty much from the start, anything that I wanted or needed for my fitness journey, they would be willing to be involved in.
Right.
It's grown now with the brand and with myself into more of a contract kind of thing, where they'll pay part of your entry. If you do well, you'll get a performance bonus.
Right.
Um,
Why is
yeah,
that? Because they'll get more visibility if you like on the podium, say at Hyrox, wearing their kit.
pretty much. Yeah, like any brand, they would obviously want you on podium.
Yeah.
Um,
So if you didn't have that, like the results, would you still be in that relationship?
I guess now that I'm part of the brand and know the people that work there. Like I said, we've grown together.
Yeah.
I think we'd support each other.
But now you
We'd
have quite
find
a presence online, which I'm sure adds to the value.
but it's nowhere my social media, I don't think of myself as an
I wanted
influencer.
to
I'd
step in.
rather,
Yeah, I wanted to chat about that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I rather think of myself as an athlete, which
yeah.
I love doing. I love competing. I want to push my body, do all these kind of things. So the social media part, I'm still trying to get there. To be honest, it's
Is it
it's
somewhere you
tough.
want to get?
Um, I think so. Yeah. It is something I also enjoy, but I think I do it for different reasons than influencers and all these kind of
So
things.
what's your reason?
I guess I love being able to, let's influence people, but in the right way. When I get messages saying, "Oh, dude, the like you inspirational, like everything you're doing, you're really motivating me.
Mm.
I really just want to like hit this PB on a 5K or do this, and like you inspiring me like that. Like, I'm getting goosebumps now. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
just love that.
Yeah,
So I'm not really there for recognition or anything like that, which it's nice to have,
yeah.
but it's not like the sole purpose.
Yeah, I'm finding the social media the most difficult part of my whole
Yeah,
collection because, we coming from a place where we don't have, we're not on podiums or anything, so there's no results.
yeah,
We've never been in the industry, so our content creation is amateur.
mm,
And, we started the podcast, which has been fantastic, but it's the same thing. We're trying to reach the people and get our message across.
yeah,
But it's hard because sometimes I get imposter syndrome because what have I done to give the message, if that makes sense? Like, I still need to write my story to be able to say I've done X, then to be able to provide the
yeah.
advice to someone else. Do you know what I
But it
mean?
is your story. It's unique for a reason.
Yeah.
And I think that people would resonate to that. Like, love the whole South African kind of vibe. And you touching on that, you using the podcast to really create a community,
Yeah.
which is awesome. And that will grow organically that way, I think.
It just grows slowly.
Yeah. I trust me, I know I can't get this algorithm right either.
Yeah. But it's the algorithm, but also it's the fatigue, I guess. We were
Yeah,
speaking
it's
about the
tough.
podcast and doing 100 episodes. We are 100 episodes in now. You kind of
Yeah.
expect
Yeah.
like that
No.
everyone talks about.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't come, and then it doesn't come, and then it doesn't come, and then things break and things fall apart.
Yeah.
It's a battle. So it's just interesting to see other content creators or
Yeah.
influencers and do you get the same sort of fatigue?
Definitely.
Mm.
I feel like also at times, sometimes my content, it's good compared to someone else's who's got 30K
The
followers, and I'm like,
comparison, yeah.
I don't understand how they're doing this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't think,
Do you find yourself doom scrolling and seeing those? I do that often. I see
yeah,
other people. I'm like,
yeah. But like, I'm sure everyone's heard it. Like, comparison's the thief of joy, and we kind of need to get out of that.
yeah,
So don't compare yourself to those kind of things. Just do your thing, be organic, and it will happen.
yeah.
Be consistent.
If you
But
enjoy
it
it,
is tough.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you enjoy what you're doing, then it shouldn't feel like work or a competitive space.
yeah,
Because also you got to realize that some of these content creators are good at their job.
yeah,
Do
100%.
you know what I mean? Like no one's going to come into the fitness world
Yeah,
and just bolt a Hyrox
yeah,
and hit podium if you're 100 kgs and never trained before.
yeah.
So if
It's
you
true.
put everything in their lanes, then you can't compare yourself.
Yeah,
It's just easier on social media because, it's accessible.
100%. And I think that this is a whole nother story, but I think having social media and so accessible to everything, people are just comparing themselves 24/7 to something that's not really real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think it's great, but
Do you think it's a net negative for everyone, the whole social media space?
I think it's getting there. Um, but having our access to so much information, and let's say let's just for example, for me with swimming, I've watched so many videos for technique and everything, and I've learned so much on social media. I'm like, damn, like if I
Oh,
even
so
get a
it's
coach,
worked.
I even get a coach, and it's like telling me the same thing. I'm like, dude, I could have got that from social media.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, I watched the thing ages ago, and it was about a guy saying that basically TikTok's algorithm sends everything to in China. It's all about maths and educational stuff. So the algorithm just sends them that,
Right.
and sends the West jokes and pranks and everything. So like when I heard that, I was like,
Interesting.
wow, this is
Well,
not good.
I've been preferring TikTok
Yeah,
because you can just post on TikTok. There's a bit of freedom to it.
yeah,
And then it's a lot more engaged. I'm getting a lot more engagement, like
Okay.
random comments from
Yeah.
random people. That does not happen on Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram seems quite personal, where people like aren't randomly commenting, unless obviously you've hit whatever, you're one of the guys that
Yeah.
happens to. But TikTok, yeah, just
Interesting.
random people just commenting and like
Yeah.
nice comments. It's like nice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's nice to hear those things.
Yeah,
It's cool. But sometimes there's also
the bad.
the bad. But
I posted a story the other day. It was quite funny. I screenshotted a comment from TikTok saying, just another wannabe influencer with a pink hat trying to tell his holiday or something. And it was like some no go with like, there
yeah,
was no picture and like, no, well, it wasn't a person
yeah,
on the other side of that. It was quite funny. But it happens. You just gotta
yeah,
brush it off.
exactly.
It's an interesting space, but it's a learning curve. Like I say, you can't just walk into something and expect big. But like we were talking about, touching on in the beginning, was there's got to be some form of passion or something else that I personally want to chase outside of that office.
Yeah,
You know, and it's trying to work
definitely.
out what that's going to be. And you did it successfully, so like,
Yeah. I just had this real drive in me. I've always, I guess, from a young age, the coach is always like, "Oh, you're going to be a sportsman. You're going to do this." So I've always had it in me, and I always felt like there was a period where I wasn't training to compete or anything like that, and I just felt like there was something missing. Um, so yeah, it's part of my identity, I would say. So
yeah,
if that's not there, or I'm not doing these kind of fitness things or these challenges, it just feels like
something's missing.
yeah,
What would your biggest piece of advice be to someone like myself and others that's stuck in that office, that sort of is struggling to make that move?
life's short, man. I was, I think I shared it on Instagram the other day that there was this elderly guy, and he basically is like, one day if you wake up my age, would you be happy? And it really like struck home, and I was like,
Mm,
wow, okay. And it just makes you think that you yeah, life's short. Like you never know when it's I don't want to sound down or deep or anything,
mm,
but you never know when it's going to be your last moment with someone,
100%. Yeah.
or even before yourself. Like I never know when I won't be able to do this anymore, when I won't be able to wake up and push myself. There's some people out there that wish they can do it.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not as fortunate. So
100%.
yeah, to me, it's just live life to the fullest, and I wasn't doing that behind a desk.
It's just scary because
Yeah,
for me, I'm the perfect case example. Say I quit,
yeah.
then then what? Do you know what I mean?
I don't want to be responsible for this,
No,
but
no, no. You
um,
won't be. But
to be honest, uh, you'll be okay.
yeah,
You'll find a way. I think South Africans as well.
yeah,
We fighters. You'll
yeah.
find a way, and you'll find if you're passionate about it. Let's say, um, like you're doing so well in your job at the moment, and it's not your main passion.
Mm.
Like how well are you gonna do in your main passion in your job?
That's what I keep saying. That
And
is
you'll
literally what I
find a
keep
way, because
saying.
if that's your main passion, you'll find a way.
Yeah.
It
That's
won't be easy,
yeah.
but like you said, like nothing worth doing is
I have
easy.
black and white evidence that I'll put in everything I have, because the last 2 years I've put in everything I have into this podcast,
Yeah.
and we've come so far only you with the available time I have after the 9 to 5.
Mm,
So I've worked days, nights, every day I'm thinking about it, like just because I'm passionate about it.
yeah.
And then I'm passionate about the sports as well. So I know that like if I find something I can dig my teeth into, it'll be, you
It'll
know,
be okay
it'll be successful, but it's
for
just trying
sure.
to get out.
Yeah.
That's been tough. And I always worry that my boss will hear these podcasts. Because
Maybe that's the step you
well,
need.
maybe I'm like leaving breadcrumbs for them to finally listen and be like, okay, you gone. No.
Cheers.
I
No,
don't
for
mind
sure.
my job, and I don't mind the concept of going to work.
Yeah.
And like as you say, South Africans has been driven into us. You go to work, you look after your family, and so there's elements to it I don't mind, because also I'm not under pressure to work before 9 or after 5,
Yeah.
like you were in those early days.
Yeah.
I'm quite lucky because that's not really seen in London, to have that availability. Like
Mm.
there's no extra work over and
Yeah, your
above that.
day ends pretty
In the
much.
trust corporate world, it's like I said, it's not,
Yeah.
it's boring. So I have the availability to do the fitness and the podcasts sitting here today,
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one.
You'll be okay.
I
If
think
it's your passion, follow it up.
yeah.
You'll find a way. Especially if you say you constantly think about it, you like if you live and breathe that thing, it's going to be a
Oh,
success.
you only have to ask my girlfriend how often
Yeah.
I think about it. She'll tell you.
There we go.
But tell me, so what's next? So you've got the Ironman,
Yeah.
but what's the future look like for you?
Originally it just started out that I needed another challenge. And I was going to jump back straight into the Hyrox, try improve there, get into the Elite 15. But I'm honestly loving the triathlon, and instead of it just being a challenge, now I'm like looking, oh, okay, how like how much time do I need difference to the pros, or how can it jump into that? So I don't know.
You've got
I'm
that
really,
mentality that
yeah, I really want to. I know I'm 32. I might be on the later side, but
we're the same age.
that's a nice, good age.
Eh?
I think yeah, endurance athletes are peak in their 32s to
Yeah.
37. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a time I could chase it, but I think it's a big task maybe to try keep up with people that have done it from a young
Yeah.
age.
Especially the long ones.
Yeah,
The long Ironman.
yeah,
Like you're trying to keep up with Jamie Riddle, basically.
yeah.
It's tough.
So it's tough, yeah. Especially when I don't really swim.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's a beast in the water.
Yeah.
Also a
So
burnt
it's
athlete.
with the longer distance stuff, it can be a bit of a gap, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm in two minds about it
Okay.
really.
And you
But
wouldn't chase the ultra running.
the ultra running I actually really love,
Yeah.
and I seem to do pretty well in it. The ones
Yeah.
I've done, so that would be
I saw that, yeah.
that is another avenue. But I think for now I'm gonna give triathlon a big shot
Really. So
going in
this is
for
just
next year. Yeah.
right.
So depending on
So
how
you'd
this full
easily get worlds.
well with this new qualification thing, it's a bit.
What is it?
So the Hyrox one, I don't know if it's called the Kona standard.
Okay.
So now it pretty much like an athlete gets a ratio, but our 30 to 35 is the most competitive. So our ratio is 1.
Wow.
So if you get 9.5 hours, that's your time.
Right.
Whereas, let's say if you're a 42-year-old person and they get 10.5, let's say the 42, I'm not saying this is the exact ratio, but let's say it's 0.8.
Right.
So you times their time by 0.8.
Okay.
So then they take it like that. So there's no age group really anymore,
Right.
which they say you get the best athletes, but I don't agree with that because there's going to be some athletes that got better times, but they're not competitive, if that makes sense.
Also better courses, flatter courses.
Exactly. Well, they use it for the Kona standard. So
Okay.
that ratio is for they've got from Kona.
Right, right, right.
But like you said, it's for that course.
Yeah.
So like for
yeah.
the Portugal one, or it will be the top. Let's say there's 20 slots. It will be the top 20 times.
Right.
So there's no age group. So
Okay.
it will be tough. I think you'll have to win or come second, I would say.
Okay.
There was a guy I saw the other day came third and he didn't get a Kona slot. So
Sure.
that's deep.
Are you going to be watching the worlds now?
Yeah,
Do you
this-
know a lot of the
this weekend.
athletes, or do you follow a lot of the athletes?
Follow a lot of them.
Yeah.
Know some of them. Like I've gone to Club de Sans quite a few times.
Okay.
Seen Lucy there. She's always there. It's cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I said, I'm friends with Jared and Emma Pallet. So
I should I know those names?
yeah, she's pretty good. She's won a
Emma Pallet.
handful.
Okay.
So it was Emma Pallet, but now it's Emma Pallet Brown. I think she was the
Okay.
duathlon champion.
Okay. That does ring a
British,
bell.
yeah.
That name. Now.
If you see her face, you would know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I was at watching the pros of the T100. I had Jamie Riddle on the pod.
She's in South Africa now, and she's just had a baby, so she's been out of competition for a little bit. But
I think Blumenfeld might take it this year. He's just had a stellar year.
I think he's gonna beat Sam.
Long.
No, not Long.
Laidler.
Nothing against Sam Long.
No,
Nothing against Sam Long.
I wish YouTube star was racing, man. What's his name? How have I forgotten his name? The biggest one on YouTube.
YouTube star.
Yeah, the biggest triathlete on YouTube. He's got an injury now. This is gonna kill me. Anyway,
what does he look like?
He's bald.
What?
He wins all the 70.3s. Old guy. He's big on YouTube, triathlon. He's like the only guy you watch. Damn, I'm going to have to look.
This is bad that we know that.
I know, I do know his name. It's just completely blank. But anyway, yeah, Sam Laidlow, definitely good. He might donk again. I think he'll overbike. And then
his bike is power.
His bike is crazy.
Yeah.
Lionel Sanders.
Oh, yeah, he's a nutcase.
I
That
wish he
guy's
was
training
racing.
is,
I wish he was racing
yeah,
because he'll be fun to watch.
yeah. He is one of the OGs.
Yeah, I
I
love it.
wish this kind of competitiveness was when Jan was in his peak, because
Yeah.
that was like my idol.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's also the tall guy. Oh, now I'm just forgetting everyone's name. Magnus.
Okay.
He's competitive.
Yep.
He won PE in South Africa.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think the field for
Yeah, it's strong.
it's going to
gonna
be
be
a
fun.
good race. Yeah.
Yeah. I also
Hopefully
wish I
get
could
there.
be a pro triathlete at some stage. But my goal
Get
is
it.
definitely, like I was saying to you earlier, and we go back to the future. I want to do London Marathon.
Yep.
Got into London Marathon. Then I might shift to Hyrox for a bit,
Okay.
for a year.
Yeah.
I'll
I think
call
you
you.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
It'd be good
We'll go for a couple of sessions.
for sure. Anytime.
Good. Well, I think we've run our course. I
Cool.
definitely need to ask you the final question, though. We
Sure.
always ask our guests, sort of put them on the spot.
Yeah.
What your message is to our community for the people that aren't feeling their prime self at the moment.
Interesting. I have so many of these that I use on myself in training and stuff. Now
Yeah.
that you asked me, I feel like I've gone blank. I think one that's sat with me recently is that you don't truly know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. And that I feel it's just made me appreciate everything. Like, appreciate that I can wake up and push my body every day. Appreciate the roof over my head, the food on my table. And like we said, like, you don't know when it's going to be your last, or you won't be able to do it anymore. So just live your life to the fullest. Um, Enjoy and take it on the chin, the bad, because it gives you the opportunity to grow. If you're struggling at the moment, just know that it will pass, and you'll come out the other end better.
I love that.
Yeah.
Perfectly put. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Shot for coming on, brother.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
All good.
Sick.
Cut.